Hello, it's Nancy. Today we're making a video of, I'm going to make a video of Sue, who's the best cook I ever met. She's making cornbread. Now this is whole wheat flour and it's about that much.
This I've measured before, so I know that this is about 1 cup in a standard measuring cup. I'm too lazy to dig out my measuring cup, so
that's alright. I use my hands for certain things.
2 cups, and then I need the salt. I suppose I should do.
Well, you know, I put 1 teaspoon, I measure a teaspoon, and then I put it in my hand to see how full it makes my hand.
I'm a little relaxed about measuring things. There's some salt. It's supposed to be half
a teaspoon?
Yeah. And it calls for half a teaspoon of baking soda, only I have baking powder here, and I pretty freely substitute the two of them, so it's actually 1 teaspoon. I'll try to take the little bumps out. I bought some really great bulk.
That's baking powder?
This is baking powder.
It gets bumps in it?
Oh, a little bit. Like they're not hard.
Not like baking soda bumps.
No, well, maybe. It's the same consistency. Anyway, what's great about this, I bought this bulk. This is totally off topic, but I bought it years ago, and I've kept it dry, and this stuff must be 5 years old. I don't know. And I bought maybe 5 pounds of it. It didn't come in any smaller quantities, and I've been using it faithfully, and it was dirt cheap, and it just doesn't seem to lose its potency as long as you keep it dry. It works.
So we have 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 1 cup of cornmeal,
yep.
half a teaspoon salt, and some...
Oh, look at that. It calls for, I wasn't paying attention, it calls for a half a teaspoon soda, oh well, and a teaspoon of baking powder. That's good enough. See, it doesn't really matter.
So a teaspoon and a half of them together.
Well, I suppose. Okay.
Uh-oh. I don't want to change the expert. You should taste her food. It's awesome. Well, my boys like being here. They've never complained yet about eating here.
Okay. And
give a little bump of white right there.
Are you kidding? That's not like you.
There's 2 more
now,
bumps of white.
I would put molasses in here, except I have no idea where my molasses is. So, I think this is actually brown sugar disguised as margarine. No, this is margarine disguised as margarine. This is brown sugar, also in the same margarine container, just to confuse everyone. It's just cooking gets boring unless there's some kind of a challenge, like identifying what's in the container.
Smell this. Mmm.
Okay, and I think that's maybe sort of a 1/4 cup. That's a lot, actually. Okay, a little less.
So a 1/4 cup. That was more like a half.
No, that was
like a third.
So, I don't know. See, I'm disproving everything that you said about me.
No, I still stand by it. Everything you make is good. You gotta use the electric mixers.
Well, you know, that would
you put power behind the mixer and it must be.
That's right. And now you see, if I had to use the electric mixer, I'd have to find the other one of these.
I had 2 that didn't match the other day.
Not worth it. Yeah, that doesn't go off too well. I've tried that. I've got too many.
Look at all your little white bumps.
What do you mean little white bumps? I'm more worried about the sugar lumps here. I think I prefer molasses in this actually, but it'll be edible.
Do you have molasses?
Well, I had a little left, and I'm not entirely sure what I did with it.
Could be anywhere, right?
It could be anywhere.
Hey, you know what I did with all my bags of this? I put screws in and I screwed them up one on top of each other all the way up.
I saw that in your kitchen. I just saw that yesterday. That's pretty cool. I haven't been there for a while, you know, so it was all new to me. One of your ingenious things. I was taking a look around to see if the cans had gone down, the can count. But you got around the top of the room. Okay, 1 egg beaten and 1 cup sour milk or buttermilk. I never use that. If I have some lemon juice, I'll put it in milk. And if I can find the lemon juice. Oh, this is awful. I can't find anything. What's the other thing I said I needed? An egg. Yeah, this is pretty sad.
Don't feel sad.
Well, I think the moral of the story, if there is one here, is don't bake right after you wake up.
Well, you know, you're doing as well as I do. Actually, you're doing better. This is a cool book, isn't it?
Oops. This is one of my favorite books, period, ever. I got it years and years and years ago, called Deseret, not Dessert. Deseret Recipes.
And it's put out by the church, right?
Yeah, it is.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I love it. It's really it's just, you could start from a complete beginner that doesn't.
So you
really
put
know
in
how
an
to cook
egg
milk.
and a cup of milk?
Yep. At the beginning, it gives you like menu ideas to eat in a balanced way. They're all inexpensive things. They're tasty.
So you've got sour milk or buttermilk. So were you going to sour that with lemon juice?
Again, if I had it. I'm desperate for ingredients today. I'm just sorry.
That's all right. The worst that will happen is that you'll be in the video.
No, I don't want that. Okay. I'm going to melt some butter a little bit. Sorry.
I was going to bring you a microwave. I saw a microwave at the dump today for your soap making shed. In case you ever want to melt anything.
Oh, okay. I'm anxious to get out there, actually. And put it
Your microwave is a different color.
It is.
It's a silver one. What happened to the other one?
It's just stopped working, which is unfortunate. It's a much better one than this one. This one, when you shine it up, it looks really nice.
Okay, Jeremy.
It doesn't work very well.
What's the least common element in deoxyribonucleic acid?
9 minutes and 55 seconds? I don't think so. Let's just count to 10 or something. Can you hear the background here? This is what my wonderful lyrics talk about. Chemical formulas.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Yeah.
And the smallest ingredient in it? Well, D is 2, oxy is oxygen, ribo, I don't know what that is.
And they were joking around about how inconvenient it would be to attempt to make batteries at home. You know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and
Ribo.
it's not a part of the ribose part.
Acid.
Phosphorus. Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh.
You need a drink of water.
I do. Wow, fancy top. I was looking at these tops yesterday.
Bob tells that
These are the deluxe.
Yeah,
The posh, high-class deluxe.
that's right, for my
What's
posh high-class
carboxylic
kitchen.
methyl ester?
What?
What's carboxylic acid ester? Never mind. What's ascorbic acid?
You know, my kids sit on the way to church one day.
What?
Oh Lord, I said, let's put the periodic table of elements to music. Let's sing it.
DNA's been done.
DNA's been done.
Hey, Abby, what was the tune for the periodic table of elements?
I remember. What? Nicotine is an insecticide?
Hey, there's a good use for it.
Tacky.
Okay, so you just stirred it around. That was your...
Yeah, and actually I cheated. I added a little bit of, this is how not to make cornbread.
Hey, how much butter did you put in? 2
Well, I think I
tablespoons
put in
of
more
butter.
like 3. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my
to the milk,
gosh.
so I definitely put in more milk than I was supposed to.
No.
So then I threw in a little bit more of dry stuff. So this is of no use to anyone at all.
So make it look like this. See, when you tip your bowl, it won't move.
It's fairly firm.
See, you can even turn your bowl upside down before it starts to fall out.
That's it.
Splat.
Right on my head, how inconvenient. You know what I hate the most? Trying to find a pen that's the right size.
Well, I didn't borrow it. I gave you back all your pans, didn't I? In fact, I gave you back an extra one.
Yeah, dream on.
I did. It was a rusty one that I didn't want.
Oh, that's right. So I didn't use it either. Thank you. That was very kind of you.
Well, I thought, you know, what goes around comes around. Is that your wheat grinder? What's that?
Well, it's part of the wheat grinder.
I didn't know you had one.
I told you that.
Well, I just hadn't seen it.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I had to get it from the States because I couldn't find any in Canada. The rest of it lives over there. You'll never find it.
Somewhere up on top of there. Looks like a
Yeah, that's supposed to be one of my kitchen workspaces. As you can see, I share it with all the boys.
looks like you work a lot. You work like I work. You don't have to show us that now. We're on this, and we've
Thank
got
you.
15 seconds left.
Okay.
So you grease and flour your...
And then you cook it at, I forget, what?
400 for 15 to 20 minutes.
And I'll probably cook it at 390.
Okay, gotta go. Bye.